And for my wrongs, I have just begun.
What's freaking good, YouTube? It's your boy, TM. You already know what it is, what it does, how it stays lit, and goes down on the realest growing channel on YouTube, people. Shout out to my squad. The Mafia is in the freaking building, lit as usual. Today, I'm back with a highly recommended video. But before we jump into that, let me get all my new people to hit that subscribe button for me real quick. Rage on that like button for more great quality content, and as always, click that bell to stay notified for when I drop my next video, people. Like I said, I'm back with a highly recommended video. We got Futuristic featuring NF. Like, hey, can we not get enough of NF? No. So we got Futuristic featuring NF. I don't like to talk like that, y'all know this, so we're gonna hop right into this video. Let's get it. All right, let's go. Hold up, before we even dive more deep into this video, I've never heard of Futuristic ever in my life. I'm kidding you not. So this is my first time ever hearing Futuristic, but definitely not my first time hearing NF. So I just wanted to let y'all know. I just wanted to be real with y'all, so let's go.
I had an epiphany, I was repeating history. I was doing everything I hated, a weight on my shoulders, I let it all get to me. I had an epiphany, I just smiled at my enemies. I was listening to everybody who was talking but never did shit for me. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry. But NF went in the bathroom and I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Let's go.
I was listening to everybody who was talking but never did shit for me. Yeah. I had an epiphany, I was looking at everybody else that's up in the industry, they ain't as sick as me. I had an epiphany, I was seeing somebody that never had no good intentions for me, now she missing me, yeah.
Dang, all of this was an epiphany? What do we call epiphany? Visions, right? So, if I have a vision, or an epiphany that something happened, but it didn't really happen like right now, don't that mean it's coming, right? I'm just saying, let's go.
Yeah, moral of the story is nobody did it for me, had to make a change. I was living in the city with no scene, I had a dream, I had to make a lane. Always knew that I couldn't live off a minimum wage, ripping the pay stub. I had a minimal taste for all the fame stuff, but I got into the game without a cent to my name, and now I'm balling like I'm in the NBA, bruh.
This is Futuristic? Are you sure? People, we just be having, it's hot. We just be having flames on this channel. Futuristic, first time on Let Mafia, and oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, bro. Let's go.
If they ask me to stop, I will not consent. Never let nobody block, it's my shot to miss. You can meet me at the top if you hop the fence, and you climb the stairs, and you fight the beast, and you lose your way, then you find your peace, and you do it sober, then you find a drink, then you spiral down, and it all repeats. And I always had a vision, I could get it, so I did it by my lonely. I don't owe nobody nothing, never let nobody own me. Got some money from the music, and I spend it on the homies.
The flow switch is crazy. The wordplay is crazy. I don't know why I've never heard of this dude. Bruh, hold up. We got Futuristic and NF. Oh, it's way past lit. It's way past lit.
From the music and I spend it on the homies, but don't put nothing before me. Gave a whip to Lil Brody and I'm only getting started. And I'm meeting with the people that I starved with. And my batteries, I had to recharge them. I made an album, but that shit was garbage. Yo, I was trapped in a gimmick, I finally get it. I'm here to make music that matters. If I die, it'll all be alright, cause the message I gave you will live for me after.
I'm here to give you music that matters. Hello. Bro, I'm just still shocked that we got Futuristic and NF together on a song that I've never heard before. I've heard of NF, but now I'm listening to Futuristic and you got NF, you put both of them together and it's just like kaboom. Whoa. I'm scared to find out what NF finna do because Futuristic just killed it. Now we might have to bury this thing 12 feet under.
Me after, in my chapter will highlight a lifetime of energy gave through a bright mind. How you never had to stand on the sideline. How you the God to your own guidelines. That's an epiphany.
How are you the own God to your God? The wordplay is stupid. Oh my goodness, bro. I'm sleep. I've never heard of this dude. What?
I had an epiphany, yeah.
Please don't start singing, bro.
That's an epiphany. I had an epiphany, yeah.
I wonder why they called this song Epiphany. Y'all let me know.
I had an epiphany.
Oh, hold up. I know I gotta rewind it because my boy just hopped on the track. Let's go. I'm all for NF. Y'all already know. He in my top 2. Let's go.
I had an epiphany that I could make history, that I could prove everyone wrong that told me I wasn't cut out for this music thing. Yeah, I had an epiphany. What if I took my energy and use it on positive things in my life instead of the people that lie to me, huh? Yeah.
I hate that it's an epiphany, bro, because you doing it right now, NF. You changing lives with the music. Futuristic, now he's on the journey to change lives with his music. He even said his album was garbage. What artist calls their albums garbage? The real artists. Let's go.
I had an epiphany. What if everyone knew my depression was worse than they thought? They probably gonna look at me differently. But this song got me going back when I was a stupid kid, thinking maybe I can make it in the music biz. And then I figured out the politics and realized that half of y'all don't even know what music is.
I figured out the politics and half of y'all don't even know what music is. Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Mumble rappers. Shots fired. NF never lets us down. Game full of politics. They don't even know what music is because y'all sitting over here listening to this and y'all think it's real music because it make you feel some type of way for a moment. But how can you really relate to that music? Ask yourself that question. How can you really relate to the music that you hear on the radio that just sounds like jibber jabber? Like, how can you really relate to... Now, how can you relate to this? Answer the question and you got yourself a real answer.
Ain't going nowhere, I told him to get used to me. Feels like I'm living in a movie scene. A bunch of people trying to tell me how to act and breathe. One thing I never let nobody ever do is tell me who to be. I never got into the party scene. Maybe I was just scared to drink. Cause addiction, it runs in my family. That's someone I was scared to be. Y'all looking pitiful compared to me since I can barely read. All I wanted was somebody I could trust that I...
As real as it gets. As real as it gets. He always like puts himself out there like, bro, this is my story. This is my story. This is why I don't do the things that I feel like I should be doing, but it runs so deep in my family that I'm so scared to do it, and I don't want to do it because I don't want to fall into that trap where my past was. NF.
Rap's always been a man for me. That's when I figured out that maybe I'm the one that's gotta make it on my own. Yeah, it's clear to see. A lot of people thinking what I'm doing is a gimmick. Everything you hear me writing, I've been living. I ain't quitting, sending money to my family, trying to show them that I miss them and I cherish every moment when I'm home, when I'm with them. And it's just the way that I feel. In the industry of fakes, trying to stay real. In the industry of lames, trying to get deals. Lord knows I'ma get it, that sneak mill.
What? Respect, bro. Respect. Respect every... You know what? I'm gonna just do this one time and one time only. Hopefully my computer goes all the way freaking back. And you better not let me down or the computer is about to catch this keyboard fade.
And it's just the way that I feel. In the industry of fakes, trying to stay real. In the industry of lames, trying to get deals. Lord knows I'ma get it, that sneak mill.
In the industry, trying to stay real. Lane's trying to get deals. Lane's trying to get deals. Lord knows I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I lay in my bed at night thinking there's gotta be more to me. I'm trying to pay off the mortgage and live the life of the people I love in the midst of it. I've always thought that if I learn from mistakes that I make, even losses are victories. That's when it starts hitting me. If you set your mind to it, you can do anything. That's an epiphany.
Bro, no, that's not Epiphany, bro. You actually doing it, bro. This song has been buried 12 feet under. I'm just gonna say it right now. This song has just created such a wave, not only for Futuristic, because it's my first time listening to him, but NF has already had that wave. Put them both together, we got a freaking tsunami. We got the real on one song.
That's an epiphany, yeah. I had an epiphany. I had an epiphany, yeah.
Wow. Bro, that song is dope. Dope beyond words. Y'all already know. Bro, I did not expect that from Futuristic because I've never heard of him. But I didn't even quite read the title correctly. I just saw Futuristic. I saw the title of the song that y'all told me to do, and I just clicked on the link and downloaded it. I really wasn't paying attention because I did not know that NF was on it until I like clicked the screen and I saw NF on it and I was like, hold up, wait, what? Classic. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Yo, if you like what you see, you like what you saw, please do me a huge favor if you're new to the channel, man. Hit that subscribe button for me real quick. Rage on that like button for more great quality content. And as always, click that bell to stay notified for when I drop my next video. People, share the videos. Let's continue to grow as a family. Until next time, y'all know I love y'all, man. It's the Mafia. Let's get it.
Get that money and power, respecting that honor. You went through that struggle just to get what you wanted. Be patient, just wait on me. Put patience, put weight on me. I took the cost as a loss, but see I came out okay.